Hi. In the run-off to the election, Tinubu had basically three strategies into winning the February 25th presidential election held in 2023 this year. Okay. His strategy was simple. He noted that to become a president is not served a la carte. That you have to grab it, snatch it, and run away with it. Well, as a matter of fact, he has grabbed the election. He has snatched the election. He is at the last stage of running away with it. Running away with it. If you run away with something, that means you have fulfilled your plans. Okay? Fine. Well, before I continue this video, I was actually watching a world summit in France where the South African president was talking, and he was making Africa proud and saying that Africa should not be seen as beggars. Africa should be seen as an entity with enormous resources and can actually hold its ground. And he pleaded that world leaders should see Africans as equal. And the camera tilted to a point. The camera tilted to where I saw Tinubu with his ubiquitous infinity logo. And I'm like, now who does this thing? Who does this thing? I mean, who the hell does this thing? Governance is a serious business. But these very, very old, crooked politicians have turned politics as if it's a mere grabbing it, snatching it, and running away with it. Now, in case Nigeria does not know, Tinubu is in a stage where he actually thinks he can actually run away with it. You see, when we say grab, snatch, run, people don't know what it is. To grab is the stage of the what's the preliminaries where there was him trying to become his flag bearer, and he became the flag bearer of the APC. That's the grab it. He grabbed it from that side. Snatching is what he did by his unconfirmed assumption that he must have bribed INEC, took INEC. I just hope judiciary is not among those Tinubu has influence. Really, really, really hope, because quite frankly, the sanity of Nigeria is held by the hope Nigerians have on the judiciary. And quite frankly, I really, really do hope that the judiciary know how precarious and volatile Nigeria is at the moment right now. Because it appears that the unweary silence that is currently pervading the country maybe mistook or misunderstood as if Nigerians have moved on. I know Nigerians have not moved on. Nigerians have reached their tipping points and they need answers. They need change. Not the change of Buhari or hope of Tinubu. They actually need a true change and hope. And Nigerians have invested all those changes and hope on one man, Peter Obi. So, Tinubu, in his third stage of wanting to run away with the election, has evolved one plan, and that is shopping for acceptance and relevance. I've seen people come in that, the man is trying. Since he's trying, let's just all Atiku and Peter Obi should drop their litigation at the presidential election petition tribunal. And I'm like, well, At one point, I was going to get angry. Really, I was going to get angry, but then I felt there was really no need to be angry because these speakers are product of a long-term influence of corrupt politicians. It's so corrupt that we cannot even string our thoughts to link what is right and what is wrong. I've always maintained in most of my videos that my audience have been watching, you cannot make it right by passing through what is wrong. The end in this case does not justify the means. This is exactly a couple of minutes to 3 a.m. and I can't sleep. I can't sleep not because I'm suffering from insomnia, but because Nigeria is crumbling, and as a true Nigerian, it affects me. Really, really do affect me. So all these paid agents coming on various Nigerian media to say that we should lend a helping hand. No. You stole a mandate. You stole a mandate because you believe you have the power and means to do so. But in my analogy of the buffaloes have decided to stand their ground and amass their strength, work together and say, no, these few lions can actually be trampled upon so that we can have a peace and harmony in this country. Our evil politicians have weaponized the differences that plastically exist in Nigeria, and that's religion and ethnicity. You know, at one point I was angry with this Agbadorian ethnically generated Agbadorians who see nothing but Yoruba. I was angry, really. Trust me if I say I'm angry, but I just thought they are really also a victim of the machinations of our politicians. Really just a victim. Because I've spoken to some very, very good Yorubas. I know one chairman who said he was a pro-Buhari because of Osibanjo, and he just sent me a message that I should post on my wall, writing an apologetic message to Nigerians for supporting what is wrong. So there are good Yorubas out there, and the ones that are batified are just victims of the same machinations of these evil politicians. So even though they come to my page to insult and abuse me, I know they are just a product of the evil machinations of these our politicians. Nigeria is a great country. When I saw Tinubu obscured at the World Summit and can't even speak on behalf of Africa, and all attention was on the president of South Africa, and he spoke quite eloquently and acceptably. I was like, wow. The supposed giant of Africa, you think saying to bomb Peking, increase your population and it will be giant of Africa? No. Being a giant of Africa requires more intellectuality than just population. And Tinubu was reduced to mere spectators at the World Summit, and I felt really bad. That is not my president. So Tinubu wants to run away with the election, and the only way he wants to do that is to shop for your acceptance and relevance, so that by pretending to do a few things that is considered by Nigerians as good, you remove subsidy. So what? How does that change the price of food on your table? You give student loan. How does that trickle down to your child as a poor man to actually access this loan? Now, as if unable to hide, a leopard cannot change its spots. And all of a sudden we hear that the same Tinubu that you've hailed are now contemplating to sign a bill that increases the salaries of government officials by a whopping 114%. So the idea is when they increase your suffering, they cushion their colleagues, they cushion their cabal, so that when the suffering comes, even though they have more, they still have more. This is not the Nigeria we should want. And to all Agbadorans, this is not a country. I know you are in a place where it will be difficult to pull you out of these retrogressive sentiments that you have placed upon yourself. I know it's a very difficult thing. We don't have anything against the Yorubas. We loved Obasanjo. Obasanjo is a Yoruba man. We love Osibanjo. Osibanjo is a Yoruba man. We love Shonikon. Shonikon is a Yoruba man. But why is it particular that we don't like Tinubu? We don't like Tinubu because of the questionable circumstances around this person. Forgery, perjury, everything about him is a mystery. The man is an enigma, negatively. I don't mean that in a positive way. If you truly, truly want a good Nigeria, we must all come together to ensure that this man is not our president. My name is Magnus Raka, and this is Water TV. Please follow us and share this post.